What's up, everybody? It's your boy John Davids, and you're listening to Becoming Podcast. Becoming is a platform where I'll be addressing topics, struggles, and issues that will not only assist and inform, but also encourage us to become a better human. Welcome to episode number 2 of season 2. Perhaps 2, I don't know. This is a month of love, and we're celebrating love, and we speak about relationship and all the above. We have no one else but a good friend of mine. No one else. Please welcome to the mic, Justin Hendricks. Welcome, man.
Thank you so much, John, for having me.
Yo, dude. Okay, first of all, with the month of love, what is your vibe about? First, tell us about you. Who are you? Where are you from? What you all about?
Okay, so I am Justin Hendricks. I am currently married. Just got married. Yeah. So I stay. Ek is not in die wit mense. So I'm currently in Ridgewood just for some time. I used to stay in the southern suburbs. So I've located to the northern suburbs for some time. And, yeah.
Tell me about your organization. You're obviously founder of Jumpstart Sunday School Foundation. Tell me about it.
Yeah, so Jumpstart Sunday School Foundation was laid on my heart about a few years ago. One day I was assisting a Sunday school, so just with some programs and training and stuff like that, and then I went back home, and then this desire came into my heart, why can't I do this, start to have more other Sunday school children's ministries with programming and things like that. But then I just left it, left it, and then 2 years after that, clearly the Holy Spirit told me this thing: if you do not give birth to it, you will have a miscarriage. And for me, that stood by me, and then I just put things together. So Jumpstart Sunday School Foundation, basically we assist underprivileged churches, disadvantaged churches. So basically just a church that is held in a backyard classroom, in a bush, in a room, in a house type of thing. Churches that has kids, but they don't know how to teach kids Sunday school. And so we come in, we help you with the whole program, setting up your curriculums, games, and just how to introduce children to Christ. And just to play a game and read a story and go back home.
I can remember this. But for me, it's like that is a clear thing where we just knew that you love children. Like when we went to friends' places, you just always actually, not that I don't like children, it's just that I just don't connect with children like that on where they will be like, I literally say that one day my children are literally gonna like just love you because they're gonna be like, let's go to Uncle Justin, because you just have that with children. As you are in the month of love and you say you just got married and it's honeymoon and dinner and it's just, tell me, what would your advice be to a person like me who's planning to get married, or to young couples that is planning to get married? What would your advice be to other couples out there, especially in our men, advice for our young men, and also in our culture? What would it be?
Yes, what I can advise, it's few things that after I got married, I thought of it. You understand? I didn't apply it basically when planning to get married and when I got married.
Yeah.
So it's some things I thought of, like, yes, I could have not done that. Yes, I could have not do this type of thing. Number one, never compare. Because I have few friends that got married, and so now you don't want to copy, and you don't want to. So now you are planning around. Okay, wedding A was like that, wedding B was like that, wedding C was like that. How can we do our wedding different from that? So comparing basically it ruins the whole fun experience. So don't compare with other people. You are together, what you guys love, what you want. That is basically it.
And the thing is, I'm thinking now, because we always look at, the wedding's very nice, but actually the real McCoy about this is actually the marriage and not the wedding, because it's literally just one day and pass by. But what you're gonna have to sit is you're gonna have to sit with your wife and with that thing. I know they have, especially in our where we live, we always hear this. You always have the stigma where people talk about the honeymoon phase and things like that. When you just date, they tell you, oh no, it's just the honeymoon phase. When you get married, the honeymoon phase and stuff like that, and so it goes on. What will your take be on that? Also, like in your new marriage, have you heard it with friends saying? And what is your take on that?
Honeymoon phase, I think I'm still in the honeymoon phase. I guess it is still, like I've heard from other people. Honeymoon phase would be everything is just lovey-dovey. You know, you're still in love, you're still chasing each other around the house type of thing, and you're just all in love, just you your bubble. You're still in that whole bubble. So I think I'm still in that bubble, but also not in the bubble, but we try to just take it day by day and take it on and things like that. We've been on honeymoon, and reality is not like honeymoon. So
what's the difference?
Oh goodness. Yeah, you have to make your bed. Yeah, you have to, you know, where you on honeymoon, the what you call it, the people come in, they clean your room, they do all of the stuff. Now you're in reality, you're married now, and you're the head of the house. So that is for me, was actually mind blowing, where the Holy Spirit told me, listen, you the head of the house now, you know, and it's not you're not in your daddy's house anymore where you listen to how they do certain stuff. You the head of the house. So you have to do certain stuff. There was many times where I wish like, yeah, my wife can take initiative of doing certain stuff. Why must I always do it? Why must I? But then I realized, hey, I'm the head of the house. So everything flows from God onto me and then into my family type of stuff.
Hey, family, family. You know, you speak about your wife, and I think I know you guys like for a long time. Really, we grew up together. We just know, and it's very we've been, especially in Christianity, we've been together a long MC together and been friends hang out. The Bible calls the wife your helpmeet, and the word means like suitable helper. I think, how would you say that your wife, like you said, you guys are two different people, how would you say your wife is helping you? Yeah, take it from me.
Yeah. She helps me in many avenues where I need help basically in my weakness. So she would be there completely in that sense. For an example, I'm a spender. So I would give my loss, Excel net spending, Excel. You know, I'm that type of person. I like to spend money, but also cheap. You know, I don't spend money on expensive stuff. I would go to the shop, you know, would see, I first go for the red sticker before, you know, where my wife is someone, we don't need it. You have one like that, we don't need it. For what? Cake is toe, but wat moet jy declare? Yeah, so wat gaan jy met jou net dat? So there she completes me and helps me, where I would have just been reckless in that avenue. She would bring me on the straight and narrow path. Listen, but this is reality. We don't need it right now. You don't think of tomorrow. Because I'm like, what's all for? So where she would like, no, you know. No, like that. And also it helps me also, especially when people take advantage of you. You know, because you are helping, you give, you here. So there she would like, I can see this is taking advantage of you. Reason being A, B, and C. Yes. Understand? So that's where she helps and completes me in that certain avenue. But there's many more other avenues that she completes and helps me as well. But that's just one thing that stands out for me.
You're quite. I think like it's great. I don't know what it is, but it's like I say, like as we know each other for so long time. You can literally see the difference of you guys, you being like, I just used to be Justin, but like I am the husband form of Justin. This is something that I want to like dig a bit deeper into it. Like, you know how when you get married, the pastor, the priest, they will always say that you guys are becoming one now. Like, you know what, you guys are one. Some people believe like the soulmate, and some people believe like but basically the emphasis is on becoming one. What would your, and I'm not just talking about marriage, I mean you guys from like when you guys dated, you guys, remember your friend became one, what you started doing become one, like you maybe like to do this, but she like it, now your life literally becomes one. What would you say was the hardest part of that, and what was the best part of becoming one with your wife?
Yeah. The hardest part is I am a very independent person, so I used to do everything on my own for myself. Right? Because of how I grew up, and you know, you had to learn to become independent and all of that. So the hardest part is like let going of me, and it's now us. That was one of the most difficult. Always, and she will always remind me, "Ni jou goedie, also."
Oh, yeah. After that phrase,
ni Jamie,
also. I would also just say nine.
Yeah. So that is the hardest part, like becoming one. let going of your independency as an individual, but now seeing yourself together as one. So it was quite difficult, and it's still difficult. I'm still adjusting to this whole thing, because they would, when you date and just no duck, you get in your car and you go home. You in your room, you were alone. Understand? But now you're married.
Don't need to watch your WhatsApp.
Now you're married. You go to the same house, same room, same bed, same everything. You understand? So sometimes I yearn for that. Not yearn. I don't want to say yearn, but sometimes I long for this. Just that. Me, but then I realized, no, there's no me, it's not us, it is us, it's us. And the nice part of becoming one, yes, it's that's boo, that's bye. Jesus. So it's the nice part of becoming one is let going of that loneliness. Because you're a guy and you're alone. Because you're independent and then you're also alone. There's this difference between being alone and independent. So now I am no more lonely. At night you're not alone. You your house is in, your parents is in at home. When you were single, your parents at home. Amala's gone. Ali friend and Jason and now that becoming one, it's gone. So now I have someone. It's my wife. We are in this for the long run, and that is the fun part, always going.
Isn't that really an amazing feeling that that somebody loves you so unconditionally? Obviously, there's a lot of stuff that you guys know about each other. You guys know each other's mistakes. You guys know each other's morning break. You guys know each other's everything. So we will see how you guys are dressed up in suits and being nice. But obviously, you guys see behind the scene and what's going on. But isn't it amazing that through all my life, all my failures, all the mistakes that I've done, all my ups and downs, somebody look at me and be like, yo, I still love you.
Yeah.
Like for me, I think that must be really one of the most amazing, to know that even though you're going to come back from everything, your busy life and all that, you're coming back to somebody that's going to be like, you had a crap day, but you can come back. So for me, it's like, what? That must be a great feeling.
It's the best feeling ever. Especially in my workplace, sometimes it gets hectic and crazy, and you don't always get the acknowledgement and stuff at work or even in family. But then you go home and while driving and she say, baby, weet je wat? I'm Java's quiet.
Wow.
Maybe your word and Java's quiet. And always and you always say, krap niemand vir jou hande nie. Ek sal daar wees. And it gives you that push, it gives you that, I can do much better, because now and I'm thinking now future wise, I have one person that loves me unconditionally, so now the kids come and the kids would see how mommy loves daddy, so automatically they can also start loving daddy the same way. So you think it is fun, so that is
are you excited for that?
I am extremely excited. I think we in the, I don't know, we excited. Maybe one day. I don't know when, but one day. Maybe.
I think that will be. For me, I'm not even married yet, and I'm excited. I'm like, I can't wait. I literally can't wait to be like, that is mine. Like, that's my son. I think that will be an amazing. I think you guys are teaching a lot of people ways, because especially in Christianity, and I think there's a lot of, and it's not to look down on anybody. Everybody has his own life, and everybody must stand before God and talk about itself. But it should be one amazing thing, that knowing that you guys are not coming into the marriage with a child. And obviously, because now you guys can spend that time with one another. Because if there was a child was like this, it would be straight, 40 minutes, because now you're into the process, stuff like that. And for us is that what? We grew up very Christian based, and keep it up, but there's not a lot of people that actually goes till or makes it, because it's not anymore a goal. It's just like you know each other, you have a child, after you live together, and that's the thing. But the importance of marriage, what would you say the importance of? Because you guys could still date for more years. But what do you say? What is the impact of now knowing that if you knew this, being married would be like this, and doing it sooner? What would you say like the importance is of why to get married?
First of all, because it's the right thing to do, and also just showing the enemy that, listen here, you can get married without kids before the time. My parents, few of us before they got married, right? My in-laws also had a child before they got married. So now you can, and I have siblings that have kids before. So now we just got to that point like, hey, we can do this, get married without kids, type of thing. And also it's showing basically the inner me, like, yeah, you can achieve certain stuff in life.
Don't you think that is also like, we believe like a lot of, you pray and you get rid of generational curses. Don't you think that is also a way of like not actually being very religious about it, but making a conscious decision that is stopping with us? And I think that must be like, you don't just say, but I'm thinking about it, also looking at how much generational curses you break from your side just by your habits and your actions and all the stuff. I know you long, it can feel long when I know you're very low-key a pastor, you're very between the two of us, you're more pastor than me. But you're very, very worthy when it comes to like, scriptures, preaching, very good preacher. Goed in Afrikaans, your Afrikaans is so weird. I can't do that, but I wanna have an icebreaker now. You're just gonna give us a 1-minute sermon about what you're thinking about. Scripture, you say what comes to mind.
Oh yes.
Are you ready?
Holy Spirit, yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah, we can try.
Jesus met the woman at the well.
So Jesus meets a woman at the well. He meets her, not his disciples. So he came to the well, on his way to the well. Before the woman came there, he sent his disciples away. He said, you guys go buy bread in the city, so that he can meet the woman alone. Because they weren't mature enough to hear what he's about to discuss with her. Because first of all, she was a Samaritan. So Jesus, Samaritan, listen, in WhatsApp group, they're not supposed to speak, right? They're enemies of one another. And also she had adultery and many husbands and stuff. So they weren't mature enough to meet or see or talk to this lady at the well, but Jesus was. And the nice thing about this is Jesus will send certain people away just to meet you alone. There will be people in your life that you think, hey, they're the motives, but we'll send them away. Go buy bread, go keep yourself busy, because I want to meet with this person. And it doesn't matter how big your sin is, doesn't matter how dirty your sin is, but when Jesus meets with you, he sends everybody away.
Oh, flip it out. Okay. Another one. Let me think about something. These disciples, Jesus and his disciples, and there's a lot of people that need to feed. Here comes a little boy, and he has 2 items in his hand. What's your message?
I actually like this story, because there's one part in the story I love. It is where Jesus tells his disciples, do not send them away. Do not send them away. No matter what you do not. And say, but he's so close to Jesus. He's so but he says, do not send them away. And the nice part is when God said do not send them away, you need to know he's about to do something, And so it doesn't matter how many people there is in the crowd, doesn't matter how many people was before you, behind you, or whatever. But when Jesus said do not send them away, you must know that a miracle is about to happen. Yeah, Jesus. Amen.
Yo, I like it. Okay, I want 2 more. I want to give you one. Old Testament. David being anointed.
Okay. So David being anointed. When God anoints you, or when there's anointing on your life, doesn't matter where you are, He comes for you. He comes for you. Even though you must go to your house and you are not there, you are busy with the sheep in the fields and stuff like that, God will send somebody to you because you are anointed. He doesn't look at your grade you have, doesn't look at where you come from, your background, but when the anointing lies on you, He comes for you. Doesn't matter if He has to walk over hills, go through seas, go through fires and stuff to come for you. But once the anointing is on top of you, inside of you, over you, He will come to buy you. Yeah.
And you see, like, you can just, I see that, like, you can literally just step into this analysis and say, your pastor. The last one, I want to say that the crucifixion of Jesus.
Yeah, yes. What I like, and I think I mentioned this once already, he died publicly to meet you privately. And that's something always when it comes to the crucifixion, He done all of this stuff publicly, being embarrassed, being put to shame, being spat on, stuff, just to meet you privately. just to come to you, and so that you can know, because he says, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, whoever believes in him shall not perish but have eternal life. So he gave his only son, to the begotten world. He gave his only begotten son to the world.
Yeah.
So it was given to the world publicly. He done stuff publicly. So whoever believes in him privately shall have everlasting life. So
let's go. With this being said, becoming is a platform where we become better. We have not arrived. We are learning to become better. There are two elements, like to become Him and to become Him like the greater, Mr. Right, but it's mostly to become like Christ and then also to become a better man. What would you say to a man that's listening right now, a young man that is dating a girl or that's engaged or that's even married right now? What would you say the importance of being saved or the importance of having Christ in life? Because now, take Christ away, what do you think would have happened with you? And how do you think Christ in your life is playing a role now, also being the head of the house and also knowing how to handle certain things in your relationship?
If you should take Christ out of this whole equation, I think I would have most probably be one of the psychiatric patients by now. For those who don't know, I suffered from a low self-esteem, was suicidal most of my life, struggled with so many things, but I found comfort in Christ. So that is the nice part. Even though I went through so many things in life, so many struggles, so many things, but I found comfort in Christ most of the time. And if I didn't have Him, ik sal pad van die moments suicidal literally, like some self-pride and things like that, but because I have Christ, made things much better. Wasn't always like this. Never wasn't always like the same. It was sometimes where I cried and I was angry and I would curse God and stuff like that, and I would just be a human being in that moment. But the thing is, then God will always surprise me in a certain way. Even if it's just with a car driving past with a certain song, it triggers me hard. It just gives me that reminder, God is always still there, And my advice to guys out there, it is, and I said this before, I said, certain stuff in life is always temporary. You would have certain friends, temporary. You can be drunk, temporary. You can be smoked high, whatever, only temporary, and that is time-limited things. But every day with Jesus is sweeter than the day before. So why waste time on limited things? We can just go dig into God, where every day it's a new revelation, new grace, new mercy, everything is new, fresh every single time. And it's important in this time to have Christ in your life. Die tyd pensasie, is belangrik om vir Christus binne jou te kan hê, saam met jou te kan hê, because easily we can just get off the wagon and we can be influenced by many things. And therefore it's important to have Christ, because now I have Christ and I know He will never take me astray, keep me on a certain way that I have to be. So it's the best thing ever.
How does it play a role in your relationship and handling things? Because it's easier for the wife because when she has a problem, she can go to the husband.
Yeah.
But how would you say it will be for you, because now your source is in? Like there's a guy that's married right now, he has no other source.
Yeah.
And remember, 80% of male suicides is because of depression and not speaking, but because they don't have a source. How would you say that Christ is playing that role in supporting?
Sure. It played a massive role. It wasn't like this first. I will say it wasn't like this, but in this few weeks since Christ has played a massive role in my life, especially financially. Because remember, now I can go to my mommy and my daddy and sisters and what their brothers, financially, because you're the guy. I just one day I said, and this is actually one of my testimony. In this month, it's January and December. We just went bonkers. We entertained like the diners, and now we're sitting and we have money, but we do not have money. You understand what I mean? We have the money, but you don't have money. And I said, now I said, you're everything. I said, forgive me that I so nie 'n goeie steward gewees met my geld nie, maar just show me once again, man. No, just give me that oomph. And miraculously, someone just called me and said, hey, I got something for you. And I went and they gave me like, whoa, okay, wow. And they just said, I just feel like this.
Wow.
And it just showed me, when you don't have Christ, where you're going to go to, who you're going to speak to, you know. And so that is my friend, my person I would speak to, drive with, shower with, speak with, and say, yeah, just show, you know. And sometimes God need to just bless you to show your enemies that He's still God.
Of course, and He always has the thing of showing up all the time.
Yeah.
You are, obviously, you are who you are because of what you've been through. Like you said, I haven't always been like that. It's been nice that you cried, it's been nice where you didn't believe in God, it's been nice. But you became the spiritual person where you understand, okay, Christ is my anchor.
Yeah.
This is a provider, this is my healing, stuff like that. To Justin, who's 19 or 18 or 17 years old, what would your words be of wisdom?
Yes, it's, I'm thinking now. My advice to a young Justin, I'm just thinking now, that time I was 18, 19, you know, what I wanted to hear. I guess that is the time where somebody don't want to hear certain stuff, and they want to see it happens. Show me it happens. Show me it works. And my advice to a young person out there, it is right now would be just inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. So who gives you that strength to inhale and exhale? It comes from a certain source. And where does it come from? Christ. Because there's other people at this moment, at this time, you know, struggling to breathe. It's on ventilators, stuff like that. So my thing is like, if you want to see a miracle, you know, just look at yourself. Because you are alive and you are fine. That is a miracle. That's a miracle of say. But my advice I want to give someone out there, it is like, to a young person out there, it is enjoy life. Enjoy life, because you will only be young. Enjoy life, eh? But always remember that all your actions and all the things that you do will somehow affect you when you grow older. I think some in province says you can drink, you can do whatever that is said, but remember you'll be accountable for everything that you have done. So enjoy, do, be young, don't be old before your time. I think there was certain times we were young, was you over and know that you're over as well. So I would enjoy life, man. Go with it, enjoy it, but remember your actions, you have to somehow have to answer to what you're doing. So when you enjoy life, do it with a certain merit, do it with a certain degree. Think before you do certain stuff. But my priority would be enjoy life.
Yeah. I think we are drawing closer to the end of the episode. And one of the things that I see how people are dying, and family, we know friends and family that have passed on in the time. Tano, when you are not there one day, eh, what would you want people to remember you for?
The impact I had in the children's lives. That will be one of the greatest thing ever, because I'm old and I can still remember the impact my Sunday school teacher had when I was younger, you know, what they taught us, how they've been. So when I shouldn't be there one day, I want them to remember, you know, Justin, Vijay, my kind die geworden en my kind is die vandag deur die help van die Here, but you know, Justin, you know, something, remember me for what I've done for your kids. You know, I'm not always an easy person. You know, I get to some keer 'n lelike maniere, but remember me for what I've done for your kids, and that is the thing, impact I've done for you. You know, when it comes to kids, I would always go the extra mile, try to go the extra mile. So remember me for the impact I had in kids' lives.
I will remember because you have a lot of time my children. Like you know, this platform is to become a better him. What will be your keep to say to become a better him?
To become a better him, I would be to be in him. That's the best place to, first of all, to become a better him, would be first of all to be in him. And not next to him, not with him, but in him. And always make sure that Christ is your anchor, where you go to, your resource, where you come from, and it will always make you better at the end of the day. People believe in many things and many different gods, but I firmly believe, you know, Christ is the way, the truth and the life, and He's the door. So anything through Him go just to him himself.
Guys, yo, Philip, as a young man, I think I can literally sit with you and we'll literally speak for long, if not even an hour, and just exchanging information regarding relationships and Christ and whatever the case may be. And I do think we've always been tight friends. Thank you for coming. Yeah. I really enjoyed it. You gave us some things to think about. And I enjoy the sermon part because I enjoy preaching. I literally enjoy preaching. Where can people get hold of you? For someone that's listening right now that know about the church, they don't have a good school, where can they get hold of you and how do they go about it?
Okay, so they can get me. First of all, thanks for having me and thanks for the free coffee.
So you're looking for a great space to work, hang out, or just in need of caffeine? Make sure to pop by G Square Coffee Shop and enjoy some of the lekker cakes, muffins, and of course, great coffee.
People can get me on Facebook, either Justin Hendricks, or you can go to the page Jumpstart Sunday School Foundation. Go there. I think the WhatsApp number would be there, and any information and any details. They can go there. Our services is free, so it is free. Putting it out there, so whoever wants assistance, we are willing to help if it is in our boundaries. Okay. We have certain boundaries. So yeah, that's it.
Guys, this is episode number 2 of season 2. I'm John Davids and thank you for listening. This week is brought to you by G Square Coffee Shop, a partner of Become Him.